fellow beverage compatriots, family. John Henderson Pierre, the Beverage Ramble, back again with you today. We're looking at the 40th anniversary limited edition of the Sierra Nevada Hoppy Ale, or their Hop Anniversary Ale. This is the 40th edition of this beer, which came out around the time at their location for Sierra Nevada. It gets an 89 score on Beer Advocate, which means very good. So I was looking at some of my videos. I need to stop doing that because I'm going to crack my teeth. Okay. Anyway. This is an American IPA style, 6% ABV. A West Coast style IPA. Hop forward beers weren't popular when we started brewing in 1980, but we loved them. And that's kind of how most of the style of the West Coast IPAs, West Coast IPAs tend to be more hop forward, where some of the New England IPAs do have hops, but they tend to be more fruit centric. Whether orange, grape, they tend to be more fruity. So I think those are the difference between a New England style IPA versus a West Coast style IPA. So there you go. And see what the beer looks like right now. Bought this at Rouse's. Paid $1.98 for this. No, $1.79 for this can. So yeah, it was worth it. So here's what my beer looks like. Let's go see. Not too bad. Very foamy up top, as you can see. Quite a bit of foam. Not too bad, but reasonable, but decent. So you're getting a lot of the sense of citrus, orange, grapefruit, lemon, which tends to be very citrus-based, but also you have some of the hops in this right there. Turo Pale malts is an oats. Turo Pale and oat malts are one of the malts that are in this, as well as Centennial hops are in this beer right now, in this IPAs. IPA's been around for a long time, but have gotten popular over the last maybe 2 decades, if you will. Maybe a decade and a half, going back to the 2000s. Probably early 2000s. And of course, this past decade we just ended, and now here we are into the new decade of 2020. So I say the last 20 years or so. Again, the style has been around forever, but over the last 20 years, IPAs have gotten very popular, or 15 years become very popular. Fair to say. So yeah, so the tail end of the 2000s going into the 2010s, and now we're in the 2020s. So, but again, the style's been around for a long time. So, make it, of course, the 40th anniversary. Hey, so. Very hop forward. Does have a nice malt flavor to it, but the hops are really present in this beer immensely. I'm getting a grapefruit aftertaste to this. Which ain't bad. still a lot of lacing in this. Yeah, grapefruit flavor, but definitely malty, nice hop goodness I'm getting out of this immensely in this brew. Of course, Sierra Nevada is some like Anchor and if you want to go Lagunitas, and then you're going to go Goose Island, based in Chicago. But many look at Sierra Nevada as kind of the founding, as well as Sam Adams, 84. Many consider them both as the founding, the Mount Rushmore, if you will, of the craft beer movement that really began in the early 80s or late 70s going into the 80s. Of course, 1980 was when Sierra Nevada was founded. Of course, the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, a iconic, very much so iconic brew. Sam Adams, of course, with their Boston Lager. But in terms of the brewery, you know, the company itself, that many consider them as the founding, you know, granddaddy or grandparents of the craft beer scene that we are currently in right now. They kind of build the foundation, and then everything kind of else followed suit. So, whether it be this, of course, they have their Torpedo, which is their extra IPA. A slew of other beers that are very popular. Celebration, which comes out during the holiday season. Of course, there is the stout I've had. Just a slew of beers. Some popular, some have gotten a bit of a lukewarm reception, like the Brewed IPA, or their Brewed beer they've done. It has IPA, Indian Pale Ale mixed with some champagne. That's kind of been like, yeah, some have liked it, some like, no, I don't know, but that's kind of how it's been. But overall, pretty good company in terms of what they've put out over the years. So everything I've sampled from Sierra Nevada has been pretty much A+ for me. So. And another thing, like with Sierra Nevada, this beer is pretty much readily available. All of their beers. So compared to some companies who have probably been around a lot longer, who are also probably looked upon as the movement, part of the movement, the craft beer movement, probably have not reached maybe far out west or maybe far out east. But Sierra Nevada, as well as Boston Beer Company, of course, people behind Sam Adams, have flexed their muscles where you can just get their beer just about anywhere, and so, which is a good thing. But Boston Beer Company and Dogfish Head have just recently joined forces a year or so ago, last year. So we all know everything when it's on these distribution deals that make happen is all about merger and expansion and getting your reach out. So, all right, I'm not talking about that. So back to Sierra Nevada and this 40th hop anniversary ale. A good American IPA. Again, I am favorable towards ones that I'm sure you've seen my videos, ones that I prefer, I like to drink. I won't mention their names, but those ones I consider very enjoyable. But this is one that I can see I can get maybe put into that rotation of IPAs that I can consume very often. So I'm going to go with the same score. I think this is very good too. So this is I'm going to go 8.9 or 90. So this is very good. So that would be A- for me for the 40th anniversary hop anniversary edition of the Hop Ale. So very good. Check it out. John Henderson, Pierre, the Beverage Ramble. To keep on watching as always. Cheers. Live, laugh, and love. Hop, 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 hop.